At an airport in Colombia, Ryan checks his phone and notices that he has several unread messages and missed calls from someone named Rabbit. Ryan looks uneasy but decides not to respond. He has come to this country to escape his gambling debts, and Rabbit is clearly connected to that problem. Instead of replying, Ryan pockets his phone and starts looking for a cab to leave the airport. Before he can find one, a driver approaches him and calls him by name. Ryan realizes that his best friend Jack has arranged transportation for him. Relieved, Ryan gets into the car. During the drive, the driver hands Ryan a note that Jack left for him. In the note, Jack welcomes Ryan and apologizes for not being able to meet him personally because he has to work that day. He provides Ryan with the access code to his house and tells him to make himself comfortable until he returns. The house is located deep in the forest, far away from the city. When Ryan arrives, he is shocked by how large and luxurious the place is. The property is massive, modern, and clearly very expensive. Ryan and Jack went to culinary school together, so Ryan finds it hard to believe that a chef could afford a house like this. The wealth surprises him and makes him feel slightly out of place. After settling in, Ryan prepares himself a proper meal using high-quality ingredients from the kitchen. He also opens a bottle of expensive wine and enjoys it. Once he finishes eating, he decides to rest. That evening, Jack finally arrives. The two friends greet each other with a long hug, clearly happy to see one another after many years apart. While talking, Ryan admits that his career has not gone well. He explains that he has only worked in small establishments such as diners and modest restaurants. Jack, on the other hand, explains that he works for a catering company that sends him all over the world to cook at extravagant events for wealthy clients. He says he is staying in this house until next week and is using the time to find the best local produce. Jack admits that the pay is very good, but dealing with rich people all the time is exhausting and frustrating. The next day, Ryan notices that Jack drives an old and simple car. Jack explains that he chose this model on purpose so he would blend in with the locals. Ryan understands this when they go into town and see that the area is very modest and quiet. For lunch, Jack only orders a beer, while Ryan orders a full meal. Jack explains that he does not have a family and that his free time usually consists of watching movies and eating instant noodles. He says he misses the freedom and simplicity of a normal life, something Ryan once had. While they are eating, a woman named Alice enters the restaurant and eventually joins them for drinks. She explains that she used to work for a large company but decided to quit and travel the world instead. Curious about their backgrounds, she asks which one of them is the better chef. Ryan and Jack jokingly suggest settling the matter with a cooking competition, and they invite her back to the house. At the house, Ryan and Jack begin cooking while Alice watches. During this time, Ryan continues to receive calls from Rabbit, which he repeatedly ignores. Once both dishes are ready, Alice is blindfolded before tasting them. She enjoys both meals but ultimately decides that Ryan's dish is better. Afterward, the three of them go swimming in the pool and later share drinks together. During the conversation, Alice learns that Ryan once lost an expensive watch to Jack in a bet around 15 years ago, and that Ryan never really got over it. Later that night, Ryan prepares a small snack for himself but realizes he is alone, as Jack and Alice have gone off together. The following morning, Ryan receives a threatening message from Rabbit. Rabbit warns him that he has 3 days to make contact or serious consequences will follow. When Jack returns after dropping Alice off at her hotel, Ryan asks him how he managed to achieve such financial success. Jack simply says that he went with the flow and took opportunities as they came. Later, while Jack is away at work, Ryan notices that Jack left his laptop open. Ryan sees that the bank information is saved and checks the account balance. He is shocked to discover that Jack has nearly 2 million euros in his account. That evening, Jack opens up about his job and admits that he spends his days scamming poor people as part of his work. He complains about the state of society and the planet and wonders how much time humanity has left. Ryan waits for the right moment to ask Jack for a loan, but before he can, Jack tells him how grateful he is for his visit, saying Ryan is the first real connection to home he has had in years. Ryan decides not to ask for money at that moment. The next morning, Ryan goes looking for Jack and makes a horrifying discovery. Jack has taken his own life. Ryan initially breaks down in shock and grief. However, after some time, he begins to think differently and realizes that this situation could be his chance to escape his problems. Ryan wraps Jack's body in a bag and hides it. He then searches online for instructions on how to reset the laptop password. Unfortunately, once the browser is closed, the stored login information disappears. Ryan contacts the bank to reset the account access, but they tell him he must appear in person with proper identification. Ryan orders a fake ID online, which is scheduled to arrive in 3 days. Rabbit then sends Ryan a photo of his mother as a threat. Ryan panics and manages to convince Rabbit to give him another week by promising to send more money. That night, Ryan swims out into the middle of a nearby lake and hides Jack's body underwater. The next morning, while Ryan is at a restaurant, Rabbit messages him again, threatening to kill his mother if he does not pay by the next night. Ryan offers more money, but Rabbit does not believe him. Desperate, Ryan calls an old friend for help, but the man hangs up after mentioning Ryan's gambling problems. When Ryan returns to the house, he is surprised to see another car parked outside. He meets 2 people named Imogen and Maurice, who assume that he is Jack. They explain that they work as organizers for the catering agency and that this is their first time working with Jack as their chef. Ryan does not correct them and uses his culinary knowledge to discuss the upcoming event. He takes advantage of the situation and asks for a deposit, which Imogen quickly transfers to him. Ryan uses this money to pay Rabbit, finally easing that immediate threat. As the conversation continues, Imogen is surprised to learn that Ryan has not yet chosen the local produce, which was the main reason Jack came early. She and Maurice take Ryan into town to observe the locals. During the discussion, Imogen mentions that they will need 2. Ryan is horrified when he realizes they are referring to 2 people, not ingredients. Ryan learns that Jack's catering business secretly involves cooking human flesh for wealthy clients. Sensing Ryan's discomfort, Imogen reminds him that the agency will kill him if he fails. Ryan has no choice but to agree to return the next morning to capture someone. That night, Ryan tries to escape, but Imogen and Maurice are watching all exits. Imogen warns him that the agency's reach is global and that even if he escapes, he will be found. The next morning, Maurice forces Ryan to help choose a victim. They follow a young woman and her grandmother but lose them in a poor neighborhood. A mechanic named Jose approaches them to ask if they need help. Maurice pretends the car is broken, and when Jose checks the engine, Maurice shoots him with a silenced gun. Soon after, the women return with Officer Gallo, who had been alerted that they were being followed. The body remains hidden under the car, and Maurice convinces the officer that they are simply on a business trip. On the way back, Maurice tells Ryan that 1 victim will be enough. Back at the house, Imogen reveals a secret basement where Jose's body is hung like a carcass. Ryan is forced to butcher the body while Imogen reminds him to harvest the tongue, as it has been specifically requested. Outside, a team arrives to decorate the house for the event. Afterward, Ryan showers and struggles emotionally. He then receives his fake ID in the mail. Ryan attempts to escape but accidentally runs over a gardener. Although the man survives, Maurice catches Ryan and warns him that trying to flee will result in death. That evening, wealthy clients begin arriving, along with Detective Ruiz and Officer Gallo. Jose has been reported missing, and Ruiz is investigating both as a detective and as Jose's uncle. Ryan lies during questioning, but Ruiz notices inconsistencies. The officers stay for dinner, unknowingly eating Jose. Alice later appears, asking for Jack. She becomes suspicious and eventually disappears. Ryan secretly informs Ruiz of the truth, but Ruiz is discovered in the basement and killed by Maurice. The bodies are processed, the evidence is disposed of, and fake messages are sent to the victims' families. The next morning, Imogen praises Ryan and says the guests preferred him over Jack. An agency employee injects a tracking chip into Ryan's neck, explaining that the previous one stopped working. Ryan agrees to attend another event in Africa. Before leaving, Jack's car is burned. At the airport, Ryan waits for his flight. A man strikes up a conversation and asks about Ryan's job. Ryan replies that he travels to rich people's homes and cooks for them. The man says it sounds like a dream job. Ryan says nothing in response. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more videos like this.